Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Once again, I welcome you all to the YouTube channel of Lawsikho Judiciary. And now, today's topic will be about civil answer writing. Okay, today's topic will be about civil answer writing, how to write a good answers in civil, and how to prepare for those answers. So, there are certain aspects that we will cover in today's session. I'm just giving you a synopsis of those aspects. So, first of all, we'll deal with what subjects are important. What subjects are important from civil law? Next, how to write their answers. Then, next, certain important areas. And then last, I'll show you judgment writings. Okay, like these will be the perspective we'll cover in today's session. Now, we'll start with what subjects are important for civil law. Okay, so first subject, that is CPC, then Constitution. If we talk about civil major, okay, then CPC, Constitution, TPA, contract. Okay, these are important subjects from civil major perspective. Now, guys, TPA and contract are very scoring subjects. Okay, they are very scoring subjects because they are having very minimum sections, and these are the subjects which you are reading from your college times, be it TPA, be it your contract, like contract to you are reading from your first year of the college only. Okay, so these are very basic subjects and very easy to understand. Now, one more subject is there, evidence, but I have not added that in beginning because evidence is something that we have already discussed in criminal portion. Okay, so you have to read each and everything from evidence, so I have not discussed it here also, but there is one more subject, that is evidence act. Now comes CPC and constitution. Just if we talk about CPC and constitution, okay, then you do not need to read each and everything from these subjects. No, from TPA, contract, evidence, you have to read each and everything. But from CPC and constitution, सब कुछ नहीं पढ़ना. What you have to read now, what are the important areas of CPC and constitution to which you need to majorly focus on? So I'll just tell you, with regard to constitution, from article 1 to 51A. Okay, be very thorough with these articles 1 to 51A. Then president, okay, president, pardoning power of president, and ordinance power of president. Then comes attorney general. Then comes advocate general, Supreme Court, High Court, center state relations, Supreme Court, High Court, center state relations, and preamble. Yeah, we cannot skip preamble is also very important. And then comes the last thing, emergency provision and amendments, and article 370 also, that is also very important. Okay, because recently multiple changes have been done in 370. You have to be very thorough with that what changes are there in that article 370. And last, sources of constitution. Sources of constitution. So that's it from constitution perspective. सिर्फ इतना ही पढ़ना है for mains and from constitution. These are the important topics that you have to cover from article 1 to 51A. President, pardoning power, ordinance power. Okay. Then Attorney General, Advocate General, Supreme Court, High Court, Center State Relations, Preamble, Emergency Provision, Amendment, Bills. Okay, go through bills also, and that funds, contingency fund and consolidated fund. Contingency and consolidated fund. Okay, Article 370 and sources of constitution. This is all about constitution. Itna pad lo, you're good to go. You'll score very good in constitution. Okay, this is all about constitution. Now comes the next important thing, that is CPC, which is fear of almost all the candidates. Like there are multiple things to be covered in CPC. Kya padhe, kaise padhe, kitna padhe, right? So this is fear of almost all the students about CPC. Then what you have to do in CPC? See guys, in CPC, CPC is basically divided into two parts: sections and orders. Sections and orders. So you have to be very thorough with all the sections. Section 1 to 158 पूरे cover कर दो, cover all the sections. So if any, see basically ऐसा नहीं होगा कि you will get all the questions from orders only. Definitely you're going to get questions from section also. Okay. See this strategy of CPC I'm telling for those who have fear of CPC, that how to memorize CPC, it's so long and all. Those who are having that fear, for them this strategy works. Okay, otherwise if you're having no fear in CPC, then definitely you can go for all. Okay, that's very good. But if you have fear, then something is better than nothing. And now what is that something? Okay, so something is cover all the sections 1 to 158. They are very easy and you can easily cover those sections. Okay, now comes order. So what you have to do guys, you do not need to remember each and every order. सारे orders नहीं करने हैं. There are only some importance order which you need to focus on. Okay. So now what are those orders? So order 1 to 20, all are important. Okay, 1 to 20, all are important. But now from 21, okay, order 21, that is very big, बहुत ही बड़ा है order 21. हम नहीं कर सकते इतना. तो ऑर्डर 21 में आपको कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट एरिया कवर करना है. यू हैव टू कवर ओनली सर्टेन perspective area which is important from order 21 point of view. Like what are those areas? How attachment is done. Okay, what is garnishee order, how many rules are there. All right, like these are certain types of things. How execution is done. These are certain things which are important from order 21 perspective. So you have to cover those areas from 21. So basically what you can do is, for that order 21 ke liye, there's a book. Okay, I'll write down the name of a book. I think I have already told you, it's Pariksha Manthan by Samarth Agrawal. Pariksha Manthan by Samarth Agrawal. Okay, so for order 21, just go with that book. Okay, just go with that book. उस book में जितने questions है 21 के कर लो, that's more than enough. Okay, now comes after 21 क्या करना है. तो like there are certain orders 22, 23, okay, 26, 27, then 32, 33, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45. Okay, now these are important orders. So guys, what you can do is, rather than sitting one day simply and covering all the orders, what you can do is divide your orders into two portions. Okay, like आपको daily के दो orders करने. That's it. If you'll do that, then it is very easy for you to cover all the orders of CPC. Okay, just keep one thing in your mind. You have to revise 2 orders daily. दिन में 2 order you have to complete. Okay, and then suppose today you have completed order 1 and 2. Okay, tomorrow it is order 3 and 4. Then before moving on to 3 and 4, what you will do, you will revise 1 and 2, and then you will start with 3 and 4. Okay, and sometimes you know what will happen, like there are certain orders which are just one rules is there, 2 rules is there, 3 rules is there. So they are very easy to cover. Like order 3 and 4, they are very easy to cover. Very minimum rules are there. Okay, then order 5 and 6 पढ़ लो, 7 8 साथ में पढ़ लो, plain and written statement. So like that you can cover all the orders. Okay, so then 9 and 10 पढ़ लो. So see, just in 1 week you will be able to cover at least 10 orders on tips. 10 orders tips पे हो जाएंगे just एक week में. So by this, if you will go, तो by the end of your the period, exam period जब तक आएगा तब तक you will cover all the orders. So first you have to cover these orders, okay? Then you go with these orders, and then if any time remains, then go with बीच के orders, okay? Like 11 to 20, then go with them. पहले 1 to 10 करो, 22 to 45 करो, फिर अगर टाइम बच जाए तो 11 to 20 करो, okay? Like this you have to go with orders. In TPA, sections are very confusing, especially in general principles applicable to transfers. See, TPA is very easy subject. It is not at all confusing thing. You just go with one particular thing. Ki, suppose it is very easy to cover from 1 to 10, right? It is very easy to cover from 1 to 10. After 10, like there are certain sections. आप बीच बीच के याद करो. Like suppose you have remembered 13. 13 क्या कहता है? 13 talks about unborn child, okay, transfer in favor of unborn child. Then 14 talks about perpetuity. Then directly jump to 17. 17 talks about accumulation, okay. Then come to 19 and 21, wasted and contingent interest. So like that you can remember. Beach के कुछ sections करो. Like 35 क्या बात करता है? 35 talks about election, okay. So like that you can remember sections in TPA. Beach के section 26 कर लो. What 26 talks about, what 27 talks about, acceleration, okay. Like that you can remember TPA. So बीच के sections करो, ऊपर नीचे के अपने आप याद हो जाएंगे. All right. Now, so we have covered CPC, TPA, Consti, and evidence and CRPC, and everything is already covered. Okay. Now comes the next topic, what we are going to cover: how to write the answer. Okay, how to write the answer. I have told you how to remember everything. Now I'm going with how to write answers. Okay. So suppose they have asked you a question. Define interpreter suit. And this question is of 3 marks. Tell me what you'll write in this. Just tell me the sections or orders, anything if you're going to write. Just tell me that. How will you define interpreter suit if it is of 3 marks question? Okay. So see, if you want to go with contract 2, what you can do is indemnity and guarantee. They are very, very important. Okay. Indemnity and guarantee, they are very, very important. Although in contract 2, there are certain sections which you need to remember. Okay. Section number are not that important in contract 2. So you just need to go through the concepts, like what is continuing guarantee, what is guarantee, when guarantees are revoked, and when guarantee is valid, when it is invalid. These things you need to understand. So indemnity, guarantee, very important. Then comes bailment, again a very important thing. Pledge, again a very important thing. Okay, so they are very important. But with respect to agency में आपको कुछ एरिया ही कवर करना है ना. What are those areas? So agent and principal definition. Okay, definition of agent, principal, and sub-agent. First thing. Second thing. Okay, definition done, then capacity. Who can be an agent, who can be a principal, who can be a sub-agent? Can sub-agent be appointed? Okay. If appointed with authority, then what will be the consequences? If appointed without authority, then what will be the consequences? Then comes the next thing. So about sub-agent you have done. Then comes rectification of agency. Okay, rectification. Then comes revocation of agency. Okay, then what are the rights of principals? Then principals and agent, what are the duties of agent and what are the duties of sub-agent? That's it. This is it from agency. Okay, इतना ही पढ़ना है. Basically, I know I have covered each and everything, but आपको heading के according पढ़ना है. You have to read it according to headings. So it will be easier for you to cover that. Okay, if you'll read through headings, so it will be easier for you to cover rather than going through section by section. Just go through headings. And what are the duties of principal and agent? You'll get number of answers on that. आप Google भी करोगे तो there are so many answers. Duties of principal and agent directly they'll provide you. And even in exam, they are going to ask you like that only. What are the duties of principal and agent? Okay, they are not going to say ki write down the section number in which section which duties there. No, you have to just be you just have to get a rough idea about duties and principles of agent kahan likhi hui hai. So just a rough idea. And what about case laws? Okay, case laws are very important in contract act. Even if they have not asked any case law, you have to write it down. Okay, in contract act. So just do one thing, just memorize one leading case on each question. Like suppose if it is bailment, तो bailment पे एक leading case याद कर लो. If it is agency, agency पे एक leading case याद कर लो with respect to specific contract 2. Okay, specific contracts. But if we are talking about contract 1, then you have to be very thorough with all the case laws. Like suppose Bhagwan Das Girdhari Lal, Mohri Bibi. So like they are very Harvey versus Facey case, Curie versus Missa case. If they have asked you define consideration and you are defining just what is there in 2D, then you're not going to get the marks. Okay. What you have to do in that case, you have to define consideration plus write down the case of Curie versus Missa, because in that case, consideration was defined. Okay, I hope it is clear. So like that for contract 1, आपको case laws याद रखने होंगे. Even if they are not asking, you have to write it down. Same goes with TPA. Even if they are not asking case laws, you have to write it down. One leading case with each topic. If it is election, memorize one leading case. Okay. If it is, acceleration, one leading case. If it is perpetuity, one leading case. So, वो तो आपको याद रखनी ही है. If it is part performance, one leading case. These are very important. Okay. Even if they have not asked you, you have to write it down. You'll get extra marks for that only. Otherwise, you'll just get, if it is like a 5 marks question, you'll get 3. If you have written each and everything correctly, तुमको 3 मिलेगा. But if you have added that case law, you'll end up getting like 4.5 or something. Definitely you'll get that. As per section 35, read with order 35. Okay. Interpleader's suit is instituted by plaintiff against two defendant. All right. See. So all of you are saying section 88 and order 35, you'll write down. No. English famous cases are more than enough. Okay, in TP, English famous cases are more than enough. You do not need to write down Indian cases. That's perfectly fine. Now, the thing is, okay, we were discussing about define interpleader suit. What you will write in that? If they have asked you a question, define interpleader suit, then what you will write? So in that case, guys, what you have to write is section 88 first. Okay, you have to start with section 88. So how will you, okay, so we will just write about section 88, or you're going to write about order 35 also, or you'll just mention order 35 and write the complete thing which is there in section 88. That I want to ask. If they are asking define interpleader suit in 3 marks question, then what you're going to do? Are you going to write section 88 completely and just mentioning of order 35, या 35 के अंदर से भी कुछ content लिखोगे? That is what my question is. Definitely, like the 88 and 35, you will write. Everyone will write that only. But how will you write it? So, guys, what you have to do is, okay. So everyone is giving different answers basically. Okay. So the correct answer will be, you have to start your answer with defining interpleader suit. Okay. If they are asking you define interpleader suit, just define interpleader suit. As per section 88, of CPC, this is interpleader suit. Okay. Simple. Now, what you will write in second para, you will write down the proceedings to institute suit, to institute interpleader suit are provided under order 35 of CPC. And then just underline this. Order 35 of CPC. Just underline that. Okay. And here just underline as per section 88. That's it. Okay. You have to do nothing else. आपको क्या करना है? सिर्फ ऑर्डर 35 की बारे में एक लाइन लिखना है, बिकॉज इट इज जस्ट 3 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन. यू कैन नॉट राइट ऑर्डर 35 रूल 1 ये कहता है, रूल 2 ये कहता है. नो, you cannot write that, and you don't want to write that. They are just asking define interpleader suit. Okay, in that case you have to just define it, where definition is given as per section 88 of CPC. This is interpleader suit. Now write down the proceeding to institute suit is provided under order 35 of CPC, and just underline that order 35 of CPC. That's it. Okay, that's it. I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the next question. So this was your 3 marks question. Okay, now let's go with 4 marks question. Suppose in 4 marks question, they are asking that, just give me a minute. I'll share a question with you. Limitation. Okay, this is from limitation. Now let's go with Contract Act only. Consideration is very essential element of a contract. Consideration is very essential element of contract. Explain with exceptions to this rule. Exceptions to this general rule. Tell me, what you're going to write in this case? How will you start your answer? If such thing is asked, consideration is very important element of contract. Explain with exception to this general rule. See, in RJS, don't write introduction and conclusion. Okay, in RJS, it is not at all important, as I have already shown you my copies. So it is not at all important कि आप पहले माहौल बना रहे हो फिर आप उस point पे आ रहे हो. नहीं, directly come to point whatever they have asked you. Okay, don't go with introduction and conclusion and everything. Otherwise, your paper will not be completed on time. So you guys are saying section 2D, read with section 25, consideration and definition, section 2D and section 25. Okay, very good, guys. So you'll start your answer not with 2D, okay, not with 2D, but you'll start your answer with section 10. Okay, as per section 10, consideration is lawful consideration is an essential element to make an agreement into a contract. Okay, and then define what is consideration. So according, see, सबसे पहले क्या बताना है? Consideration is very essential, where it is written, section 10. Then what are the elements of consideration, where it is given, section 2D. And then comes explain with exceptions to this general rule. Then come 25. Okay, like this you have to write down your answer. Consideration is very essential in for contract, where it is written. It is written in section 10. So first of all, you have to mention that. पहले section 10 पे पहुंचो. As per section 10, to make agreement into contract, it is very important that there should be a lawful consideration. All right. Then come to 2D. According to 2D, this is what consideration is. So now, what are the exceptions to consideration? These are the cases which are given under 25 where the exceptions are there. Evaluator mentioned in my copy that I need to write intro and conclusion in some questions. See, basically, as I'm already telling you, RJS में introduction और conclusion लिखने जाओगे तो time निकल जाएगा. There are like 22 questions you will be getting. Out of that, 2 questions तो 10-10 mark के होंगे. Order writing, judgment writing. Okay, so it's complete waste of time. I think you should not go with that. But still, if you want, that's your choice. Okay, but directly come to the thing. I have already shown you my copy, right? So I don't think it is required. Now, see, basically what happens, no, it varies from state to state. If you are appearing for MP or let's say DJS, then it is very important that you should write intro and conclusion. Okay, as I have given you example, suppose they are asking about preamble. Okay, suppose they are asking about preamble, then you have to start with writing preamble first. Okay, we the people of India as having solemnly resolved to constitute, पहले वो सारा लिखना होगा, and then you will start with explaining preamble. But in India, sorry, in Rajasthan, if they have asked explain preamble, तो आपको directly आ जाना है कि preamble is given in the Constitution of India. It is considered as heart and soul of Constitution. It is also considered as the ideas of maker, वो सारा, तो वो सारा आपको directly point पे आ जाना है, rather than writing we the people of India. You're not writing essay here. Okay, you're not writing an essay, you're writing an answer. So whatever is asked, just write down that. Okay, to save your time, because you have to complete your paper on time. It is very important to complete paper on time. All right, so yeah, so if consideration is a very like essential to aapko, it's not that ki you will mention 2D and 25 and then it's okay. No, you have to mention section 10 also, because understand the question. They are saying consideration is very essential element of contract. So where it is written that this is essential element of contract, tell me where it is written under section 10. No, so you have to mention that as well. And then you cannot skip it without mentioning the case Curie versus Missa. ओके, बिकॉज इन दैट कंसिडरेशन वॉज डिफाइंड, तो आपको ये पूरा लिखना होगा, ऑल्दो इट इज जस्ट 4 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन, बट यू हैव टू राइट ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, ये सारे पॉइंट्स कवर होने चाहिए. नाउ हाउ कैन यू राइट इट? ओके, हाउ कैन यू राइट इट कि भाई 4 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन में इतने पॉइंट्स कवर हो जाए? So now you do not need to write down each and everything in detail. Just write down whatever is there in the bare act. That's more than enough. Okay. Like suppose consideration is very essential element of contract. Section 10 बताता है. Okay. So write down section 10. According to section 10 of Indian Contract Act, to make a agreement into valid contract, these all are essential elements. So consideration को उसमें underline कर दो, the consideration. So as per section 10, consideration is one of essential element. Now comes what is consideration. So as per section 2D of Indian Contract Act, now next para में लिखो. Okay, as per section 2D of Indian Contract Act, when at the desire of promisor, the promisee or any other person has done something, abstain from doing something, वो सारा लिखो. Then comes Curie versus Missa case. In this case, consideration was defined. Just that. Okay. If अगर नहीं याद आ रहा है क्या define किया था, what were the facts, just write down. In this case, consideration was defined. Then comes the next thing. Now, but as per section 25 of ICA, there are certain exceptions in which consideration is not required. Okay, like there are certain agreements, even though consideration is not there, they are still valid. Now, what are those agreements? So, first, when it is made under natural love and affection in near relation, a gift, okay, which is writing and register. So, all essentials should be covered there. Now, what is the second point? When it is okay, when the person has when the promisee has done something voluntarily in the past voluntary services, okay, or when he has done something which the promiser was compellable to do. Now comes the third point, when it is a promise to pay time bar debt. Okay, when the person promises in writing to pay time bar debt, then the consideration is valid. Okay, that's it, and you're good to go. You'll get 5 out of 5, 4 out of 4, whatever it is. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Is it clear, everyone, how to write answers? See, suppose they have asked so many things in 4 marks question. Okay, like in this question, they have asked a lot of things in 4 marks question. और RJS में यही pattern follow होता है. They are not going to ask you a simple thing. They are going to ask you multiple things in one question. एक ही question में वो 2-3 चीजें पूछेंगे आपको. तो आपको उसी फ्लो में, लाइक जिस फ्लो में उन्होंने पूछा है, उसी फ्लो में आपको तीनों आंसर्स लिखने हैं. इफ दे आर आस्किंग define decree, then you have to define decree first. If they are asking now write down the essentials of decree, तो आपको फिर essentials लिखने होंगे. So you have to go in that flow only जिसमें उन्होंने पूछा है. Okay, I'll share an answer with you. Just give me a minute, I'll share an answer with you. See guys, this is a 6 marks question. Okay, this is a 6 marks question. Now, what is the question? I hope it is visible. Explain temporary injunction and discuss when injunction cannot be granted. So you just need to explain temporary injunction. Okay. As per section 37 of SRA, temporary injunction is given at any stage of trial and for a specific period of time till the disposal of a suit. Okay. Now, and discuss when an injunction cannot be granted. So, as per Order 39, Rule 1, it is granted when ये लिख दिया. And as per Section 41 of SRA, court can refuse injunction in following condition. Basically, I have mentioned this thing just because I wanted to mention this Order 39, Rule 1 of CPC. Okay, I know that Order 39, Rule 1 में ये fall करता है, just इसलिए मैंने ये लिखा था. But yeah, next thing comes that as per Section 41 of SRA, court can refuse injunction in following condition, and then I've directly jumped to the conditions. So yeah, that's it, and I have got 5 out of 6. Okay, so क्या आपने यहाँ पे introduction conclusion कुछ भी दिख रहा है? Tell me, can you see any introduction or conclusion here? Like, 3 pages are given, 3 pages, yeah, 3 pages are given, and this much space is still left, but I have covered this much space and got 5 out of 6. Is it clear now? Have you got an idea? Shall we move on to next question now? Now comes the next question. Okay, this is the next question. This one. Man may lie, but document will not. Critically examine the statement in light of the provision excluding oral evidence by documentary evidence under the Indian Evidence Act. So basically, what you want to say कि explain exclusion of oral evidence by documentary evidence. तो हमें see man may lie but documents will not. तो यहाँ पे भी हम we can write down an introduction कि documents lie नहीं करते, documents का ये important होता है. This is what document is. Okay, I should start from defining documents and all. नहीं, डायरेक्टली मुझे जाना है सेक्शन 91 पे, बिकॉज इतना टाइम नहीं मिलता गाइज यहाँ पे. So, as per Section 91 of Indian Evidence Act, any contract, grant, or disposition, when reduced in writing and registered, then party proposing to prove it in writing itself. No oral evidence of such contract, grant, or other disposition of property shall be allowed. Now, these are exception. Any public officer is appointed, then oral evidence can be allowed. Any a will is admitted by probate, then that probate can be proved, and then directly Section 92. As per 92, these are the exceptions. Okay, these are see. प्रोविजन फॉर एक्सक्लूडिंग द ओरल एविडेंस बाय डॉक्यूमेंट्री एविडेंस. ठीक है, कौन से प्रोविजंस है, तो ये उसके एक्सेप्शंस है. ओके, दीज आर द एक्सेप्शंस अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन. सो या दैट्स इट, एंड दैट्स इट. ओके, मैंने लाइक कहीं पर भी नहीं लिखा दैट मैन मे लाई एंड डॉक्यूमेंट के नॉट. Nothing is written here. Okay, neither any intro nor any conclusion, nothing is written here. Just mention the relevant sections, whatever is there in the Bear Act, and that's it. Got good marks. 5 out of 6 is, I think, good marks, right? Section 91, 92, 93, and 94, and that's it. Okay, I hope it is clear. Yes, is it done, guys? Tell me, shall we move on to the next thing? So, like, although they have asked, so see, although they have asked about man may lie but document may not, So basically, if we go with MP, CJ or DJS pattern, है ना, then what they are expecting, first of all, you will write about document. What is document? You'll define document. You'll start with defining document. But no, in Rajasthan, it is not the case. In Rajasthan, directly come to the conclusion. Okay, directly come to conclusion. That's it. You do not need to go here and there in Rajasthan. सीधा conclusion पे आ जाओ and write down your answer. Okay. So now I'll show you judgment writings. ठीक है. Yeah, in different question, you have to write down in table format only. Okay, yeah, see, just look at this. All the differences are written in table format only. So you have to write differences in table format only. Okay, whenever any difference is asked, you have to write down in table format only, otherwise your marks will be cut down. See, now this is a criminal copy and criminal judgment, which I have wrote, and I have got 5 out of 10 in the first one, and second one I have got 4.5 out of 10. Yeah, it was 4.5 out of 10. So that's a decent score. Basically, इतना ही मिलता है. Like 5, 6 तो maximum है ना. 6 किसी को मिल गया, तो that is highest score. So this is decent score, 4.5, 5, and I think basically like second one में I got only 4.5 because due to lack of time I could not frame charge here. यहाँ पे भी charge frame करना था और judgment लिखना था, दोनों लिखना था. But due to lack of time I could not do that, so I got only 4.5. Okay. Just see here. Frame charge and write a judgment. Both things were asked in question, but I could not frame charge because time इतना ही था, तो मैंने charge heading लगा के cut कर दिया था and directly judgment लिख दिया था. So I could get only 4.5 marks in that question. But yeah, definitely like एक grade number और मिल सकता था, I hope. Okay, so these are the judgments which I have wrote. Okay, in this question I have framed the charge as well. Okay, in this question I have framed the charge, but basically इस question में गड़बड़ हो गई थी. Court name was wrong. I have mentioned the wrong court name. It was Alwar. It was Alwar and I have mentioned Bikaner. तो थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हो गया था. Okay, so basically उसका marks cut हो गया था, but yeah, this is the case. Okay, so this is the judgment. Okay, guys. So that's about judgment writing and all. See, my civil judgments won't goes right. अच्छे नहीं हुए थे, so I'm not showing that to you because I didn't got good marks in that. Like got 3 or something only. So I'm not showing those to you. But yeah, this is the case. Okay. So now tell me if you have any doubt. Yes, if you have any doubt, you guys can ask me. See, for judgment writing in order, there were 2 sessions already held, okay, civil and criminal both, so you can refer those sessions. With respect to answer writing and essay, if you have any doubt, you guys can ask me. See, civil, I'm telling you, no, it won't goes that right. But still, yeah, I got 2.5 and 3, something like that. ऐसा ही मिला था. But yeah, still, if you want, I can show you the copies. Okay. See, in this one, like the first civil, I got 3.5 marks out of 10. This is civil one first, and basically order went wrong, so marks were cut. But yeah, 3.5 is also a decent score, I think. And in the rent tribunal, I got only 2 marks. So basically, this was the reason I was not showing you the copy because इसमें इतना marks नहीं मिला था. So rather than showing the wrong content, I prefer कि तुम लोग authentic चीज ही देखो. Okay, that is the reason I was not showing that. But इसमें भी सेम ही हुआ था. I could not, basically that was the first paper. क्या होता है जब सिविल लॉ का पेपर होता है ना, तो हमारी एक हैबिट नहीं होती. We do not have a habit of writing because this is the first time you are sitting there. Okay, and when you are sitting there for the first time, it becomes very difficult for you to brainstorm your mind. Okay, it becomes very difficult for you to brainstorm your mind. So end में जाते जाते समझ ही नहीं आता what they are asking, because we have to write so many things there. So that was the reason ki, like, final orders went wrong because I was not able to understand the question as well at that point of time. I won't lie to you guys, but yeah. So 2 marks मिले थे इसमें मुझे in rent tribunal 1, and in this one I got 3.5. Okay, but yeah, if you're getting 4 marks, they are decent score. Okay, 4 marks is decent score. 4 से ऊपर कुछ भी आ रहा है तो they are very good, because maximum जो मिलता है वो 6 मिलता है. 6 से ऊपर आज तक किसी को नहीं मिला है. So maximum people got that is 6, और वो भी like 6 भी बहुत ही rarest of the rare case है. Otherwise 5 is highest. So 3, 3.5, 4, 5, they are like good score, decent score. You can count them. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Any other doubt, anyone? Okay, see what I can do for you, if you actually want me to share these things, what I can do for you, just I'll read the judgment. Okay, I'll read the criminal judgment, and I hope that will help you. I'll just read it, whatever I have wrote. Okay, so I'll read the judgment, if it is fine. Charge framing is like simple thing, right? You can write it on your own. So what is the format of judgment which I used? This was the format: in the court of Session Judge Jodhpur, presiding officer X, session judge. Or you can take the screenshot also if you want. You know, you have the question, you can take the screenshot of the answer. So yeah, just do one thing, take the screenshots only. Take the screenshot and read it on your own. आराम से बैठ के पढ़ो. Okay, so if you're asking about judgment of rent tribunal, then I'll share that. This was civil one. Yeah, this was the criminal one. Okay, see, basically rent tribunal में judgment pass नहीं होगा because we file a petition there. Okay, तो petition पे order pass होता है. So accordingly you have to write your answer. So it was rent tribunal, place I have mentioned Siroi, Rajasthan, presiding officer, petition number, applicant, petitioner, then respondent, application under section 21 of Rajasthan Rent Control Act, presence of these advocates, order, date, and I, XRJS, shall dispose of the aforesaid application in the following manner. Okay, like सिंपल सी चीज है. सी कोई भी जजमेंट ऑर्डर लिखो, सबसे पहले कोर्ट का नाम मेंशन करो. ओके, विच कोर्ट यू आर फाइलिंग, देन राइट डाउन द नेम ऑफ प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर एंड राइट डाउन द नेम ऑफ एप्लीकेशन नंबर, petition number, whatever it is. Then write down the names of plaintiff, defendant, applicant, whoever it is, and then the heading of the judgment, title of the judgment, किस सेक्शन में, कौन सी एप्लीकेशन या कौन से सेक्शन में आप फाइल कर रहे हो, राइट डाउन दैट. Then presence of advocates, okay, for applicant and for respondent. Then order and date. So I, XRJS, shall dispose of the aforesaid application in the following manner. Now brief facts, write down about it. Okay, now write down the brief facts, and then if you see that, if you have seen the proceedings, तो what happened in the proceedings, वहां पे सबसे पहले वो अपना स्टेटमेंट फाइल करता है, प्लेंट आती है उसके सामने, पिटिशन आती है, बेसिकली पिटिशन फाइल होती है, उसके बाद वो रिप्लाई फाइल करता है सेकंड पार्टी, देन ही फाइल्स रिजॉइंडर, okay, other documents, and then after rejoinder they have fixed a date for hearing, and then everything went on like that. So I chose that method only. So basically pehle sara, whatever the brief facts are there which are mentioned in the petition, I wrote that. Then tenant filed his reply. Okay, and then both A and B filed affidavits, like all the documents. So tenant prayed for two reliefs under section 21. These are the reliefs, like issues, basically they are the issues. Okay, yeah, these were the reliefs that tenant has claimed for, and these are the issues. Okay, now relief if any other to be granted. So if any other relief to be granted, that also court can grant. Now evidence by applicant as under, these are the evidence. See, basically, yeah, I can tell you one thing, that in Rajasthan, if we see current judgments, है ना, तो High Court has made an order that abhi jo bhi whatever documents you will file, okay, or whatever evidence you will take, उसका आपको एक चार्ट बनाना है. Okay, like see, evidence by applicant as under exhibit 1, and then write down what is it is. Exhibit 2, write down what it is. Exhibit 3, write down what it is. Okay, so in that manner you have to do that. So basically it gives very good impression if you're using that manner here also. See, if we go with criminal copy, here also I have used that thing. Okay, rather than directly adding all the things like in paragraph, I have mentioned in the pointers here. बिकॉज इन राजस्थान हाईकोर्ट हैज ऑर्डर कि आपको जो भी डॉक्यूमेंट्स आप फाइल कर रहे हो उसको पॉइंटर्स फॉर्मेट में लिखना है ना, तो यहाँ पे ये चीज ध्यान रखिएगा. राइट डाउन दिस इन पॉइंटर फॉर्मेट, विल गेट गुड मार्क्स. सी, prosecution presents following oral evidence. So these are the oral evidence, PW1, PW2, then and following documentary evidence. These are the documentary evidences. Okay. Yeah, and then issues were determined, and finally it was disposed of, but he cut it down. I don't know why. So, yeah, this is about the rent tribunal judgment. Okay, guys, is it fine? I hope it helped you all. So, yeah, that's it from my side. Now, if you have any query, you guys can ask me, and we'll conclude the session. Tell me if you have any query. Okay, then. Thank you so much. I hope you liked the session. I hope it went helpful for you all.